All right, welcome back to Kendo's Pick. This week's episode is going to be a match from Pony Down Throwdown. I know I said I was going to do one more from Send in the Clowns, but we're still going to do that, but it's going to be next week. And in order for that match to make any type of sense, we had to do this match first. And this features Juggalo favorite, the Louisville Town Drunk, Too Tough Tony, and he will be taking on the JCW World Heavyweight Champion of the time, the original OG Butler Jeeves. Not to be confused with the manservant Jeeves. Let's go ahead and get right into this one because this is a long match. All right, so like I said, this one takes place Pony Down Throwdown.
Heavyweight Championship of the World.
And it is for the title, boys and girls.
Introducing first, being accompanied to the ring by Truth Martini and the Richie Boy Briar Wellington.
That's right, Briar goes
His
way
weight
back.
He's 227 pounds, and he's the current JCW Heavyweight Champion, Butler Jeeves.
That's right, you heard correctly. Butler Jeeves. Now, to some people who might not be familiar with the roots of JCW, Briar Wellington has had a Jeeves before. The previous Jeeves was not the manservant Jeeves. This was Butler Jeeves. And at one point, Butler Jeeves becomes the champ, but he's still just a butler, and I like that he holds the ropes for the Richie Boy.
He's from Louisville, Kentucky. Weighing in at 240 liters, the Louisville Town Drunk, Too Tough Tony.
And Butler Jeeves will be taking on the Louisville Town Drunk, Too Tough Tony, Juggalo favorite since the beginning of JCW. We've covered Tony a couple times before, and I'm sure he'll pop up a few more. Just like always, Tony gonna go around, show all the Juggalos some love and attendance. I do believe this show took place in Pontiac, Michigan. Not 100% sure of the venue. I did remember the venue at some point, but I don't remember now that we're recording. Should have taken some notes, I guess. But again, Tony going around, sharing that Bacardi Limon with all the Juggalos in attendance. And he's going to hit a patch of Juggalos here in a second. And I think all the new school fans of JCW Lunacy will probably or should recognize in the crowd the second gentleman with the crown there. That taking a shot right now, senior referee Jeff the Ref. Current senior referee Jeff the Ref was and still is just a fan of the fucking Juggalo scene, but he has upgraded now, and this is where Jeff the Ref got his start. Interesting little fun fact there. Now this match again is going to be for the JCW World Heavyweight title. I don't recall who Butler Jeeves won the title from. There had to have been some fuckery. Again, I probably should have done my homework. Now, as you can see, this is not Send in the Clowns. This is Pony Down Showdown. In order to make sense of next week's match, which will take place at the Send in the Clowns show, in order for that match to make any type of sense whatsoever, I had to go back and do this one first. Butler Jeeves, not to be confused with the manservant Jeeves, taking on Too Tough Tony. Again, Pony Down Throwdown took place just a couple weeks before the Send in the Clowns show. And in order for that match to make any sense next week, we had to do this one first. The Juggalos in attendance, always been a big fan of Too Tough Tony. And they were just showing the love right there, as we could see. Now, Butler Jeeves was not a wrestler. Again, there was some fuckery. He ended up with the title. I'm sure that Richie Boy and Truth Martini, who are with him, had something to do with that. So basically, Butler Jeeves is going to do whatever he can to try to stay away from Tony, because Tony is an experienced wrestler and he's just going to fuck up the Butler, who is, I would say, part-timer, if anything. Yeah, Tony's just going to whip him around, basically beat his ass, and you think it's just going to be a squash match in which Tony wins the title. I won't spoil the ending, but it may or may not go that way. Tony with some vicious chops there to the fucking chest of Butler Jeeves. Again, any of the new fans of Lunacy that might not be familiar, Briar Wellington has been around with JCW almost since day one, and he has had other Jeeves in the past. This Jeeves is Butler Jeeves. The Jeeves that you might know from Lunacy is none other than the manservant Jeeves. Which, not to throw any shade, the manservant Jeeves has yet to win that JCW title, or any gold for that matter. And OG Butler Jeeves here won the big boy. But also, as I previously stated, there was definitely some fuckery. There's no way that a non-wrestler Butler like Jeeves would have just won the title all easy like. Tony with a nice drop kick there. As you can see, Richie Boy jumps up on the rope. I do believe that's referee Drew Taylor in there, causing a distraction, so Drew Taylor cannot count the 3. And for his trouble, he gets a fucking stiff spud from Tony. Tony gonna deliver this little neck breaker here. Again, the Juggalos in the background you can hear trying to get behind Too Tough Tony. Hangs him up over the rope. Tony gonna go for a big time move here. Nice flip off the top rope, dropping that big leg across fucking Butler Jeeves' neck. Again, goes for the 3 count. This time, Truth Martini pops up on the rope, gets the referee Drew Taylor's attention. Not sure why Richie Boy hopped up again. You know, he caught some stiff spuds again for his troubles. Butler G is going to try to get a little sneak shot in there. Attack from behind. Tony said, no, fuck that. Bam, vicious headbutt. Knocks Jeeves right off his feet. Here we go. Tony setting him up. Tony might have had a few too many shots of Bacardi Lemon backstage. He can barely get up, but he's going to execute perfectly that Tony Salt off the middle there. More fuckery, man, this match. This time again, Richie Boy harassing referee Drew Taylor, pulling him out. This, you know, I'm going to have to go back and do my homework. I feel bad for not doing that. But there had to have been some type of fucking bullshit as to why Jeeves won this match, or excuse me, won the title in the first place. Got some chop, knife edge chop to the back of Jeeves. Juggalo's just cheering him on. Double knife edge chop even. Pulled up the nice tuxedo shirt there of Butler Jeeves. Looks like he's gonna go for it again. Got him in the other corner. Telling the crowd, pipe down. Boom. Beautiful, beautiful chop. I'm sure the fucking back of Jeeves is just lit the fuck up at this point. Like always, did the best I could to clean up this old footage from an internet pay-per-view. This took place 2011, so the video quality over streaming wasn't quite as good as it is nowadays. It's still never perfect by any means. But I tried to clean the footage up to the best of my abilities. Hear the crowd in the background trying to get behind Too Tough Tony. Truth Martini and Briar Wellington out there ringside. They keep distracting the referee. Tony should have had this match won 3 or 4 times over by now. Nice senton there, it looked like. I'm not sure if he delivered a leg drop or a senton, but Truth Martini hopped up this time. They just keep distracting that ref. You think at this point the referee would have sent both men back to the locker room. I mean, they literally broke up the count every time Tony has went for a count. Tony about to hit this big time maneuver. Boom. Slice him. 1, 2. This time the referee gets pulled the fuck out. Martini got hit with something there. So now the referee's knocked out. I'm not sure how he's knocked out just by getting pulled out. But either way, referee's officially out. Tony's about to hit that meteorite. And as you can hear, the music hits.
Stop. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. 1 second now. You be quiet when the police is trying to speak. I said I would come out here and I would arrest.
Deputy, we've been just...
I said I would come out here and I would arrest one juggalo every single week. Every single week I would arrest a juggalo.
You did say that, and he has not yet.
Weedman, there's one juggalo we need to arrest tonight, and that's the biggest juggalo in the house. Too Tough Tony.
What? During a fucking title match main event?
Do you see this badge, Tony? I see what's in your hand. Weedman, get in the ring. That is public intoxication.
I mean, there's no
That is
disputing
drinking
this
in
is
public.
legal.
That is feeding alcohol
It is
to
legal.
minors.
It is.
Weedman,
It's bullshit.
read him his rights.
Oh my goodness.
I will now
Deputy
arrest
Weedman,
Too Tough
force.
Tony under ordinance
He's
460, intoxicated inside the public. Tony, you are under arrest.
Tony's still holding that open
This is-
container.
I've never
You
seen
have the right to remain
anything
silent.
in wrestling
You have the right to an
history
attorney.
compared to this. This is straight
Anything you
bullshit.
say can and will be against you in a court of law. You understand
Look
your
at
rights.
Cheese, Troop Martini.
How many people does it
Why
take
You
not?
to
have the
beat
right
Tony?
to get raped inside my
Right now,
jail.
5 men.
I am a policeman, and I am the law, and you, Juggalo, are going to jail.
All right, so basically what happens is Officer Colt Cabana and Deputy Weedman come out. They arrest Too Tough Tony, and they take him to jail, and apparently he's going to get raped in the ass. I sure hope not.
That's it. That's a wrap.
Butler Jeeves, Truth Martini, Briar Wellington, they demand the count out.
No.
There's the count out.
No.
Here is your winner, Butler Jeeves. All right, so that's going to wrap up this week's episode. Again, next week, the match is going to be, again, Too Tough Tony versus Butler Jeeves. And it's going to be for the world title again. And this time, there's not going to be any fuckery. Basically, what happened is he got himself a rematch. And because of the fucking count out, because of Colt Cabana coming out and fucking around, Too Tough Tony was able to get himself a rematch, which takes place at Send in the Cloud. Until next week, I'm Kendo. Go fuck yourself.